Which of these brothers were famous? Which of these animals is? Which of these films was released? Which of these terms? Which of these 60? Which of these was a US president in? What is 1/5? Which of these words describe? Which of these would be most? Which of these is a figure? Which of these is a real measure? Which of these is not class? Which of these words basically mean? The food company founder. Which of these actors was born in? Which of these regimes last? What type of med? The word manufactured. Which of these is the name of a dub? Roughage is another word for what part of the? Which of these is a Martin's? Which of these is the title of a Kanye? What is measured on the Gay-Lussac scale? What does the Irish word? Which of these is a CONCACAF is FIFA's governing? Which of these African countries? Jim Carrey played which of the? Which of these US? Which of these What type of agency is? Speedway races usually. In the classic. Which of these? What sort of item of clothing is a derby? Who would commonly use the term double entry in their job? How many symphonies did Johannes Brahms write? What is the title of Pixar's 15th feature film anime? The giant redwood tree occurs naturally only in which state? If a French person says je mange, what are they doing? A portmanteau is a type of what accessory? The Mississippi enters the sea in what US state? What does the brand Birkenstock specialize in? What name is given to the grub of the crane fly? In the 1960 film Psycho, what is Norman Bates? The term lassitude describes someone who is feeling what? What name is given to a circular cut of lean pork? What type of musical instrument is the lyre? What name is given to a male salmon? What name is given to? In the Star Wars films, who plays Count Dooku? Complete the 1960s peace slogan, make love. A dough slinger is someone who makes what Italian food stuff? Which city hosted the only intercalated Olympic Games? Which city hosted the only intercalated Olympic? Who called Margaret Thatcher the first Spice Girl? Which pioneer of the telephone died in Nova Scotia in 19? Postpartum describes the time following what event? What type of warship is the USS Ronald Reagan? A horse yet to win a race is called what? What direction is directly opposite to north? Keanu Reeves played half of what time-traveling film duo? What is unusual about the West End musical Showstopper?